welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing some hamstring flexibility and mobility and hip flexibility and mobility with a band, a strap, a tie. You can use anything that is long enough to go around your foot here today, and then a mat or any other surface you feel comfortable laying on. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Come onto the ground. We're going to find a laying position on the floor, and we're going to find today back of the head, upper back, mid back, and low back. And then you're going to start to bring your other sole of the foot to the floor and then your other leg up to the sky here. If you have to crane to grab your leg, as I'm about to have you hold on to in a second, this is why we're using this strap, because the rest of your body should be nice and relaxed. So whether you need that to hold on to or you can just hold on the back of your thigh, either one of those works lovely here. And then from there, I'm going to have you start to make some circles with your ankle. We're just kind of warming up through the ankle before we get going with the hamstring here, and also priming our sciatic nerve a little bit. So you're going to take 5 to 15 circles, really as many as you want here one way, and then you'll do a couple the other way. And again, if you want more of a stretch, you can pull this one in really tight, or you can keep it nice and loose. I prefer this one, as depending on when you're using it, more of a cool down stretch. You might want to have it a little bit looser. If you're doing it before your workout, you can have it a bit tighter. And then from here, we're going to point the toes, bend at the knee, and then you're going to flex your foot, flex your quad muscles. So we're going to point to lower, point the toes, and then flex your foot, flex your quad, nice and slow. I'm going to have you do somewhere between really like 8 to 50 reps. You couldn't really do too many of these. And some things you might start to notice here are obviously a big stretch to this hamstring. That could be a big one. You could feel a lot going on in the front of this hip flexor, but you could also feel lovely, burning, interesting sensation down your whole leg, into your foot, into your calf, because as I'm having you move your toes and flex your feet here, we are moving your nerves. Another thing you might notice is that a lot of tension behind the back of your knee, especially if you sit a lot. That area gets very tight because we're always in that bent position. So this can be an exercise that's actually great for your knees because it helps stretch and get some extension through the knee. But yeah, you could be feeling a lot of things. If my clients have never done this one before, they're typically feeling some burning and even some like resistance. It'll kind of look like this coming on the way down. If that's you, that's really normal, but know that you probably need this one at least once a day. So we'll do that on one side, and then you'll do that exact same thing on the other side using that band or strap if you need it here around the leg, because I don't want to see necks cranked. And we're going to do somewhere between 8 to 20 reps, but really you could do these in your bed for as many as you wanted. You could do 50 reps a day and be perfectly fine. So after we've done some hamstring flossing, which is what these are called, then if you have that band around or that tie, that's where we're going to get into some stretching. So with this guy, you can start to put it on the bottom of your foot, and we're going to start with a classic hamstring stretch. So again, find that spinal alignment with the floor. You'll notice the hips want to peel off the ground when we do these. And you're going to start to bring it towards you until you feel a stretch. I'm already feeling one, so we're going to stop around right there. And I want you to hold these somewhere between 5 to 10 breaths. So really big inhales, breathing to the area of tension. Really big exhale to let it go. Or you can count somewhere between 20 and 60 seconds. Good. And then after you've done that one, similar version. And again, you can do all these grabbing onto your foot as well. Bend the knee, so we're going into more of a glute, and this is a different part of the hamstring stretch. Sometimes you can even feel this one behind your knee. I'm going to have to grab my foot to show this one, but again, band can be around there. And then you're keeping that spinal alignment, this foot's on the ground. And we hold and breathe that one as well. Good, and then next one, we're going for a normal hip flexor stretch. So I want you to send that leg out long. We're going to pull that knee nice and close towards the chest. You can also pull it a little bit out towards the armpit because you might feel that a little bit more, so kind of feel what you feel the most in your body today. Good, and then we're going to use that band for this next one and send that leg out to the side. So you're going to loop that around. You're going to think about keeping that opposite hip and leg nice and heavy down towards the floor, and then there can be a nice soft bend in this knee as you begin to take that leg out to the side. Again, leg doesn't need to be straight. It might feel like even a bigger stretch to have that knee a little bit more bent. And then same thing, all of these we're taking 5 to 10 big breaths. through your nose, out any way you like, and then keep that band whole. For this one, we're going to begin to cross it over your body. You can grab it with that opposite hand on the band. Allow your hips to twist. If you want a little bit more, you're going to turn your gaze away from your foot. And again, all of these you can also do with your hand on your foot as well. Taking big inhales, big exhales, and for this one especially, keep a generous bend in the knee. You'll end up feeling more in the calf and the hip that way. Good. And then we're going to